Hello, friends. Welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. We're going to be diving into Arsenal Juventus, the last game of the international break, the last game before we get back to the Premier League. And the question is, can we win and continue winning and boost that confidence as we take on West Ham after Christmas? Hit the like button for me. Let's get this video to 300 likes. Subscribe to the podcast as well. We're very close to 61,000 subscribers. Now, at the Emirates Stadium tomorrow, we take on Juventus. It's our last game as we go back to the Premier League. And I think generally, in terms of games that we've played in this break, we've done really well. The last game, we've beaten AC Milan 2-1. Not Fabio Vieira, but Martin Odegaard scoring a wonder free kick, and Reece Nelson as well. We also beat Lyon 3-1 in the Dubai Cup still. Fabio Vieira with a cracker, with a beautiful, beautiful goal. So I think we've really done well. The momentum is on. The consistency is on. And in this game, the only requirement Mikel Arteta is going to want from his team is cohesiveness, is unity, working together to make sure that we make it 3 out of the last 3 games we played in this kind of preseason or mid preseason. Call it whatever you want. But I want your thoughts. I want your predictions in the comment box below. Do you think Arsenal will keep on winning after the World Cup break? That is the question that I want your thoughts about. That's the conversation we are having in the comment section. Do you think Arsenal will keep on winning? Can we beat West Ham? Can we beat all these teams after the World Cup? Do you think our momentum will still be on? Now, on the side of Juventus, they are the opponent that I think anyone would want to play at the moment. Whether they're playing their first team or second team, I don't really think that they're a team that would really, scare me. They have so many problems this campaign. I think they're really falling apart out of the Champions League. They're really doing very poorly in the Italian Serie A. And Massimiliano Allegri, the manager, has actually decided to go with a very weak squad. And I really can't explain why. But the players he's actually gone with are almost the second squad. And I think Mikel Arteta will go with his first squad, and I'll tell you why. So he's gone with 3 goalkeepers, Pinsoglio, Perin, and then Vinak. Defenders here, he has Gatti, Rugani, Barbieri, Hussein, Rico, and Roy. Midfielders, Locatelli, Miretti, Eiling Jr., Figlioli, I think, Ngole, Zueli, and then a few other names that I really cannot pronounce because they're Italian. Forwards, Keane, Solly, Ake, Gary, and then Bagula. So that is the squad Juventus have actually named to play Arsenal tomorrow. So no names I can really recognize from the squad. I think it's only Locatelli, Rugani as well, Fabio Miretti probably as well. But most of the players actually are bench players, are from the second squad. And maybe Juve are kind of unlucky because they have so many players. They're one Italian side that has so many players playing outside of Italy, or coming from out of Italy, the likes of Angel Di Maria, the likes of the likes of Weston McKennie from USA, the likes of Dusan Vlahovic from Serbia. So many of their players are actually on leave, are actually on break for the World Cup, and maybe that's one of the reasons why they are not in. The likes of Wojciech Szczesny, who was playing for Poland as well. But for Arsenal, most of our players are actually back, and I think this is a game that Mikel Arteta has to use to his best advantage. One, he's going to have all his players available apart from William Saliba and Gabriel Jesus, but the rest of them are back in training officially and they are available. Ben White is back, Xhaka is back, Tomiyasu is back, Martinelli is back, Saka is back, Xhaka as well is back, is back in the team, and all of them have actually trained very well, and both of our goalkeepers, the first choice and the second choice as well, are back. So I think what Mikel wants in this game is to get all these players together put a lineup together, a lineup that we are most likely to see against West Ham. I don't think William Saliba will make it to the West Ham squad. Whether France win it or lose it on Sunday, he might not play against West Ham. So this is the team I want to see, and this is the team I know Mikel Arteta will field, and this is the team we will play against West Ham. So let's look at it. Let's look at my team. I've gone with Aaron Ramsdale because I think it's high time he comes back, guys. To be honest, it's high time he actually comes back. He didn't play any games for England, so I don't expect anyone to tell me, you see, Cossy, he needs some more time to rest. Actually, he's been training very well with the England squad, so he should be back, to be honest. Look, it's one goalkeeper I love a lot. He's one player I really, really love a lot. But there is a mistake in him, sometimes. But for me, against Juventus, he should be back in goal. Get that kind of, vibe around the Arsenal team. Welcome him back from Qatar and tell him everything will be all right. Probably in the next World Cup, he's going to be England's number one. Didn't play any minutes for England, so he should be absolutely fine. I've gone with the back four. Benjamin White at right back. He has been voted Arsenal's player of the month in November. I kind of problems with that. Really, no problems. So he's had personal issues with, I think, the assistant manager at England. But Mikel Arteta loves this boy. He really, really rates him highly. So Ben White played against AC Milan. I really anticipate is going to play in that game against Juventus tomorrow. Rob Holding as well. I think he's fit. I think he's all right. And I think for Rob Holding, this is kind of a period where he's just got to use and enjoy the moment. There is nothing more. There is nothing less. William Saliba is not around. Takara Tomiyasu has not been around as well. So maybe it is not all about grabbing the opportunity, but it's all about enjoying the moment, enjoying when you can play, enjoying when the game time comes, and enjoying when you can play and represent this side. Okay. And then Gabriel Magalhaes, he wasn't called up by Brazil. He was actually disappointed. I was actually disappointed. I thought Gabriel was one of the players that must have been called for Brazil, but I don't think. I don't think he's a long time away from from representing them in Copa America competitions, from representing them in the World Cup as well. So he should be playing alongside Rob Holding and then Kieran Tierney at left back. Alexander Zinchenko seems like he's not 100% fit, so we cannot play him in this game. Okay, so Tierney, Gabriel, Holding, and Ben White. If Takara Tomiyasu is fit for this game, we could maybe bring him from the bench, okay? But I don't really think he's fit in this game. I don't really think he's actually fit. In midfield, Partey, Odegaard, and Xhaka. That is the midfield trio we are all missing, and I want to see them together again. I'm dying. I'm literally desperate to see those three playing again together, because I don't know if their little mojo is still on. I don't know if their partnership is actually going to continue thriving, but definitely it should, because I really, really missed them. Odegaard didn't go to the World Cup, so he's played almost every game we've played in. Thomas Partey played in the last game against AC Milan because the Ghana were knocked out earlier than any other player that represented Arsenal at the World Cup. I think yes. Yeah, I think yes. Sorry for that. And then Xhaka, who actually was knocked out on the round of 16 by Portugal, is also back. And Mikel said he wants to play. He wants to play on Saturday. So yeah, maybe this is the game. Okay. And then the front three: Fabio Vieira, who's been absolutely mind blowing on the right hand side. I think Saka will not play in this game. The reason, Saka's played more minutes than any other player at the World Cup in this Arsenal squad. Am I wrong? Yeah, I'm not wrong, okay? I'm not wrong. He's played more minutes than William Saliba, although France are in. Saliba has not actually played any games. He's played more minutes than Xhaka. He's played more minutes. And I think, than any other player, to be honest, than any other player, and more minutes than Gabriel Martinelli. So I would call Fabio Vieira. I think Fabio Vieira is going to be an important part of this Arsenal side in the second part of the season. Mikel has always talked about it. You need the squad depth. You need the numbers. You need the players to be around. And Fabio Vieira just provides us with that. He's becoming a little bit more physical. He's very, very tempted to always have a shot on goal. I don't really mind that. And his versatility is mind-blowing. The boy can actually play anywhere, starting from defensive midfield up top. His versatility is absolutely mind-blowing. Another player that really deserves a chance in this game is Reiss Nelson ahead of Gabriel Martinelli. I think Martinelli deserves some kind of rest, maybe. I'm not really sure. Brazil were knocked out on the quarterfinals, okay? Was it the quarterfinals? Yeah. So I'm not really sure whether Martinelli deserves some kind of rest because he didn't even play in the quarterfinals. He only played one game. That was in the group stages when they lost against, was it Cameroon? Okay. So if Mikel decides to play him, no problem. If he decides to rest him and play Reiss Nelson, no problem. Reiss Nelson actually deserves a chance because he scored in our last game that we played against AC Milan. And lastly, Eddie Nketiah, the man that has to take on the boots of Gabriel Jesus right from the 26th of December when we take on West Ham on Boxing Day. It's a gifts day. It's a day where you literally hand gifts out. So are we going to give gifts to West Ham? And that will be a decision that, Eddie Nketiah has to have in his mind. But look, I love Eddie. I really love him. I don't treat him as a player, but I love him. I feel like he's a lovable guy. Many people have said I look like Eddie, which means that, I'm quite handsome. So I don't have a problem with Eddie, right? So that is my starting 11, but I would love to see Saka maybe get some minutes, maybe Martinelli get some minutes, maybe Tomiyasu as well get some minutes. I wouldn't have a problem with Matana playing in this game over Aaron Ramsdale. So that is my starting 11. Ramsdale, Tierney, Gabriel, Rob Holding, Benjamin White, Martin Odegaard, Thomas Partey, Granit Xhaka, Vieira, Nketiah, and Reiss Nelson. The other players that might actually play in this game, Marquinhos, definitely. Marquinhos. Ethan Nwaneri is another player that I know will play in this one, definitely. And any of the other players that Mikel Arteta will want to play. So, what is the motive as we go into this game? I think there are three things we have to focus on. One is, I think, staying in shape, like staying fit. We don't have to risk it to go into the next game with injuries, with risky injuries. We know with Italian sides, it's never a friendly. It's not only with Arsenal. It's all Italian sides. It's never a friendly. It's going to get somehow emotional. It's going to get somehow rough and all that, okay? And the fact that, Allegri is going to play kids, it means we might have to see more of a competition in this game than if he played the first team players. Because for me, they've been absolutely bogus. But playing the second team, playing the kids means they have a reason to fight. They have a reason to play for Juventus. So I'm not underrating the game, but I'm saying if he plays the kids, just like he's going to do, then we've got to win. So the first ambition is to, it's fitness. Just be fit, pass the ball around, be on it, jog around. It's at the Emirates Stadium. We know the stadium. We know every corner of that pitch. So just be fit. Just keep on, just maintain the fitness levels. But the most important one is we need the consistency and we need to build some momentum. Yes, we had built the momentum right from the first game of the season to the last game where we beat Wolverhampton Wanderers. But remember, it was starting to fall away. We were starting to fall apart. After losing to PSV Eindhoven, that is when most of the games had become a little bit difficult. We dropped points against Southampton, points that were not deserved to be lost. We were never supposed to lose those points. 2 points against Southampton, it was a disgrace. But I think the boys were tired. I think the boys were really feeling the pressure. But now we've refreshed a little bit. I think the boys are a little bit fresh. So we need to build a new kind of momentum. After beating Lyon, beating AC Milan, beating Juventus, right? Then we go into West Ham and then a couple of other games, because between the 26th and the 10th of January, Arsenal have like 3-4 games in between there. Okay, and then remember the Europa League returns with the new year. Remember the FA Cup also starts with the new year. So more games coming our way. We need to build the momentum, and we need to build it starting with this game. I think the third part, the third point is the teamwork, is the cohesion that we're gonna be building in this game. Mikko knows one of the keys to our success has been the unity. Playing as a team, beating players as a team, beating teams as a team, pressing so hard, attacking as a unit, and doing everything together. So what he wants is, he wants us to remind ourselves, he's going to need these players to remind themselves that this is my role alongside Xhaka. The likes of Xhaka been in the World Cup alongside, Xherdan Shaqiri's of this world, alongside Dennis Zacharias of this world, and Brice Embolo's of this world. So you want players to come back. You want your players to come back into the real perspective. This is Arsenal, and these are my teammates. So it's all about, it's going to be like a get-together. My prediction, Arsenal 4, Juventus maybe 1. Okay? Yeah. I know he will play kids maybe in the second half. That's why I'm going to go 4-1. But it should be an easy one. These boys, these kids must concede. It's at the Emirates Stadium. We might write a statement as we go back that we are still the same team. We might write a statement to all the haters out there that we are still the team to beat. And indeed, for now, we are still the team to beat. Predictions in the comment section. Thoughts in the comment section. I'll speak to you in the next one.